Hi guys, welcome back to Trails Through Daybreak. I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. Oh, I noticed nobody's watching them now, but in the future you'll be watching them. So, I mean, how was your experience with the series so far and everything? Kind of what I wanted to ask so far. This is the 11th game in the series. That's why. Let's see. Let's start up chapter 2.
The little conqueror of Lord Snow never disappoints, I see. I'm just so proud to see your childhood friend running well out himself. Is that so?
I'm glad that tonight's show ended with a decent. Do you think you would be able to let off some steam?
I presume as much. So that's their move. Now then, who's going to handle this in my absence?
Even the dude for falling for me by the end there. Not that I'm surprised. This is me we're talking about.
Wonderful work as always, Aaron, but once you rile up the crowd like that,
My fans deserve special treatment. If that bugs you so much, fire me.
you know we can't afford to do that.
Yeah, our shows wouldn't be half as popular if it weren't for you.
Even if you get us into a bunch of trouble, it's hard to deny the passion you bring to the stage.
Like I always say, nothing beats a show where the performers are just as into it as the fans. Except for the after party, of course. Speaking of which, the night is still young. Aaron! Say? Lit a firecracker up your ass.
What happened to you?
It was those hospitals again. They jumped out of nowhere. Sid and Juan got sent to the clinic. Those northern bastards don't know what to give up. That's how they want. Let's play.
That's the stuff. When it comes to science, nothing beats a good movie.
Dan, are you in there? The floor's so chilly.
You've got to be kidding me.
No, you really are here.
Hell are you barging in on me for?
They told us at Monmar that you might be here right now. So, we decided to join you for a sip. Speaking of, we should try the loyalty. Is that kind of fat? I only know Hammam's. It is. I don't know all the specifics, but I think the temperature control is different.
What's a man got to do to enjoy his bath time in peace? You know what? I'm going for a second soak later, and I'm treating myself to some gelato after.
I'll make sure I sweeps your whole area. Don't worry about that. I already know their 900 number. I'm waiting. Nice try.
Alright, just quickly here, I want to make a correction because I was talking a moment ago about a move made by the political report and the commission about it. But it's not. It's Nebraska. Dan Fisher is the Republican senator in Congress and they're running against Dan Osborne, who has himself as an independent, is the way that he is running in this race. So that has moved from likely GOP to lean GOP because she is in an increasingly difficult race in Nebraska. So we'll keep an eye on Fisher Osborne race there as that appears to have tightened up according to political report. Alright, so 3 Democrats in battleground Senate races mentioning former President Trump in their campaign ads, but Joshua Tompkins, actually interesting ad that just dropped from Senator Casey, Pennsylvania, Senator Terry Baldwin in Wisconsin, and Congresswoman Alyssa Slotkin, who is running against Mike Rogers for the Senate in Michigan.
Casey bucked Biden to protect fracking, and he's guiding his firm to end NAFTA and put tariffs on China to stop them from cheating. So law signed by President Trump forcing drug companies to submit.
Republican National Committee co-chair Laura Trump, you know, that's Pennsylvania, that is Michigan. These are swing states where you have people more closely aligning themselves with Trump. What's your reaction to these methods, these strategies, and these ads?
Yeah, well, first of all, I hope no one is falling for this in any of these states who are actually able to vote for some of these candidates because it's completely ridiculous. But I think also the message is pretty clear. These people should realize on the Democrat side what so many Americans already realize, which is that we want Donald Trump back in that White House. And I think the more you're seeing the polls shift in his favor, you're seeing the betting odds, of course, moving in Donald Trump's favor. I think a lot of these Democratic candidates are trying to hitch their wagon to Donald Trump. Now, I don't think they're going to be successful in doing that, of course. You have Senator Bob Casey in Pennsylvania, who 98% of the time is power I'm sure you can only guess. But when you look at the things they're trying to tie themselves to with Donald Trump, it's things like the EV mandates that a lot of people are very upset about. Border security, those are big issues for the people of this country, and it seems like people are getting the message out there, even some of these Democrats who are in very tight races, that Donald Trump is the way forward and that the American people are siding with him on these issues.
You know, I'm curious to get your thoughts on Michigan in particular, because obviously, you know, you just brought up the EV mandates, and I've seen Alyssa Smock-Kanaz basically pushing herself away from the EV mandate issue in Michigan. So the car makers in Michigan is a big issue, obviously. Then you have the folks who voted unaffiliated and the Arab vote in Michigan, a big issue as well. What do you really see as the major dynamic, and how does Michigan look to you guys on the inside of the Trump team right now?
Yeah, we're very positive on Michigan, and I'm glad you brought up the Arab American community, because I think that this is something that is very concerning to the Democrats. You know, you've kind of seen Kamala Harris now for over a year toe the line with the Middle East situation. And I think the idea in their mind was, oh, we don't want to alienate ourselves from this Arab American community. A lot of these people are Muslim. We also, you know, want to play the line with Jewish voters as well. Well, now they find themselves in a pickle, and nobody wants to vote for them at all, as it turns out. Donald Trump is receiving a very big majority right now in the polling of Arab American voters. He was just endorsed by a Democrat mayor of a city in Michigan who said, listen, this is something that's very important. This is a Muslim Democrat mayor in Michigan. This is something that's important to our community. Our values actually align more closely with Republicans than Democrats. So I think they're very worried on the Democrat side in Michigan. We feel very positive about it. It's why Donald Trump continues to campaign there. We will continue to campaign there, and we believe we're going to win that state.
It's a very interesting dynamic. Only 20 seconds far, but North Carolina, that Hurricane Helene area, the former president was there this morning. It's your home state. What are you going to do about all of those voters in those 20-something counties?
Well, what's been interesting, Martha, is that the early voting numbers coming in actually reflect that there's been a bigger turnout
Holy shit.
this election in some of those western counties that were really damaged than we've ever seen before. So, look, we've made a big push with the state to make sure that these people have their opportunity to vote. We're assisting in any way and sending volunteers there to make sure of that. But they are coming out and they are voting despite losing their homes, having their lives upended. They understand how important this is, and I hope every American takes a page from the people in Western North Carolina and get out and vote.
Well, the issue is the largest group there is unaffiliated, the second largest group is Republican voters, and then the third largest is Democrats in that western area of
Holy
North
shit.
Carolina. It's so hard.
I'm fucking rich, man.
Good to see you today.
Thanks, Martha.
So how social media is fueling human trafficking across our porous border and adding to a multi-billion-dollar industry in sex trafficking here at home in the United States. We're seeing now that you can order a girl and the cost is 15 minutes. They have apps where it's like ordering a pizza.
If you have heart failure, Farxiga can help you keep living life with the ones you love. Ask your doctor about Farxiga today. Farxiga can cause serious side effects, including ketoacidosis that may be fatal, dehydration, urinary tract or yeast infections, and low blood sugar. A rare life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin
Wow.
could occur.
That's good.
Stop taking Farxiga and call your doctor if you get symptoms of this infection, no allergic reaction, or ketoacidosis.
Welcome to Stormy Heights, where the windows are always covered. Honest fiberglass is the strongest material for windows and patio doors. Fiberglass frame is even scratch and dent resistant. Hello windows, tested for extremes, designed for your home. You just for yourself.
Like you, my promise is
Stone. Watch on Paramount Network next month.
This is an important message for everyone on Medicare. Right now is the Medicare annual enrollment period, and today we are talking about Medicare Part C, commonly called Medicare Advantage. If you don't have a Medicare Part C plan, call now. You may be eligible for plans in your zip code with additional benefits or cost savings you may not be receiving now, or that may have previously not been available to you. Different Part C plans are available in different parts of the country, so don't wait. Call the number on your screen now. If you're on Medicare, you can call check to see if there is a Part C plan available in your area with additional benefits or cost savings. Call to speak with a licensed insurance agent before the end of the annual enrollment period. You don't get Medicare Part C benefits automatically, so call now for your free 2025 no-obligation Medicare benefits review. Just call 800-454-1178. 800-454-1178. This is an important message for everyone on Medicare. Right now is the Medicare annual enrollment period, and today we are talking about Medicare Part C, commonly called Medicare Advantage. If you don't have a Medicare Part C plan, call now. You may be eligible for plans in your zip code with additional benefits or cost savings you may not be receiving now, or they may have previously not been available to you. Different Part C plans are available in different parts of the country, so don't wait. Call the number on your screen now. If you're on Medicare, you can call even if you called last year. We will check to see if there is a Part C plan available in your area with additional benefits or cost savings. Call to speak with a licensed insurance agent before the end of the annual enrollment period. You don't get Medicare Part C benefits automatically, so call now for your free 2025 no-obligation Medicare benefits review. Just call 800-454-1178. 800-454-1178. What are you talking about? The news? Sports? A little family gossip, maybe? Nah, you don't do that, right? Well, here's another topic for you. As they get older, their risk of getting really sick from a respiratory virus like flu, COVID-19, or RSV goes up a lot. So talk to them about it.
Flexible finance options to make implants and dentures more affordable for you. With $0 down or 0% interest to pay in full in 18 months. People like Rose keep family traditions going. It's one more way. Aspen Dental is in your corner.
2 migrants accused of entering the United States illegally arrested in connection with sex trafficking a 15-year-old girl. A 33-year-old Colombian woman facing 10 counts of trafficking a minor. A 27-year-old man from Venezuela charged with resisting arrest. He is not facing sex trafficking charges at this point. The Palm Beach County Sheriff says that they may have ties to the gang, but that is not confirmed.
How worldly this system is. There's a guy deported, now he's illegally back in the country for a second time. So obviously, whatever this vetting system is at the border, ain't working. There are parts of the state of Nigeria, they're not coming out.
So the sheriff says that the girl is a runaway from New York City and that she is now safe, waiting for social workers to bring her back to New York. So a group that fights sex trafficking says finding young girls online is now as easy as ordering pizza. This is a tragic reality, and correspondent Brooke Taylor has more for us from Dallas. Hi, Brooke.
Hi, Martha. Yeah, this is a local nonprofit Christian organization that basically works with law enforcement officials to tackle and take down these massive sex trafficking rings. We spoke to the president of the Shepherd Watch Foundation, who says you can order a sex trafficking victim as fast as 15 minutes. The ads look like this, allowing buyers to pick out their sex trafficking victims by age, height, and other disturbing descriptions.
There's been a huge paradigm shift, especially in the sex ads. We're seeing up to 90% are mainly migrants. Will these sort domestic cases?
And that's raising concerns about the fate of unaccompanied minors crossing the southern border. A recent audit from the Office of Inspector General shows many get lost in the system. That could make them vulnerable to sex traffickers. The report says 32,000 unaccompanied children failed to appear for their immigration hearings. The Homeland Security Investigations Dallas office tells Fox that sex trafficking is a bigger issue than people realize. And again, not just an issue here in Texas, but across the country, like that case out of Florida you just mentioned.
It can happen in schools. It can happen in neighborhoods. It's not just
any one specific area that you can pinpoint it to, unfortunately. It's an epidemic, unfortunately, in society.
And human and sex trafficking has become the second most profitable business criminal activity right after drug trafficking.
Enormous business for these cartels, and they are using and selling these young
Wow.
as you put out, with 32,000 of them cannot be accounted for. It's unbelievable story. I'm so happy you're reporting on this. Thank you very much, Brooke. Good to see you. All right, so that is the story for this Monday. We have a couple of very busy weeks ahead, everybody. So tune in every day. We're going to get you drilled down on these battleground states, the numbers, where everything is headed, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow, 3 o'clock. Your old starts right about now.
Come back soon.
Barbara, thank you. 15 days to the election as Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump are ramping up their campaigning. Harris hitting 3 battleground states today: Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. Trump, fresh off his stop at Pennsylvania McDonald's, is in North Carolina rallying supporters after a visit on hurricane recovery, while signaling that Nikki Haley may soon join him on the trail. And we've got Fox Team coverage with Aisha Hafney traveling with the Trump campaign in North Carolina, and Jackie Heinrich with the Harris camp in Wisconsin. Welcome everyone. I'm Sandra Smith in for Neil Cavuto, and this is Your World.
What's on the menu?
Aisha Hafney, she's in Greenville, North Carolina for us. Aisha, what's the latest from there?
Hi, Sandra. I've been to a couple of these rallies now. I've been covering the Trump campaign for a while, and this is probably the most electrical I've been so far.
Give me just a few.
We are 2 weeks out. That final sprint is on.
And there you go.
President is sticking
Eat
to
up.
his normal stump speech on the economy and inflation. Although he took
Okay.
Vice President Kamala Harris just a few moments ago. Watch this.
With 4 more years of Kamala Harris, North Carolina will be an economic wasteland. You know that. You see what's happening.
Now, the former president is up when it comes to recent Fox News polling. When voters in North Carolina were asked who they trust more when it comes to the economy, Trump is up over Harris. He is coming off a stop near Asheville where he saw the destruction from Hurricane Helene firsthand. And you could tell, Sandra, that he was moved by what he saw. He made news there by saying that he's in favor of Congress going back from break to pass more federal aid. And despite the storm, a million people so far have voted early statewide. And I asked Trump if there's any concern that some of his supporters won't be able to get to the ballot box. Listen to what he told me.
Welcome. Thanks for stopping by.
Look, voting is the least of it right now. They got to vote. They want to vote because it's very important, but they have to survive. They should the next vote.
The other buzz on the campaign trail is when we might see former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley stunting with Trump out on the trail. No indication from the campaign just yet on when that might happen in the next 2 weeks. Sandra?
All right, Aisha, there is remote monitoring that for us. Meanwhile, Nikki Haley right now in Birmingham, Michigan. She is taking questions. Let's look in here and listen to this.
His intention to weaponize the Department of Justice
know what
against
you want?
political enemies, and then you just look at what
I hope to
people
see you
who
again.
invest and
Do
work with
you
him,
know
and
what you
his
want?
Oval Office in the White House have said about him, which is he is unfit to serve and would be dangerous if he were president again. And he even by the former chairman of the Chiefs of Staff has been called a fascist to his core. I am quoting. So what we are talking with folks about today is what I've been talking with folks about since I've been on the campaign trail these last 70 odd days, which is this is a choice for the American people. And it is a choice between whether there's a new way forward that turns the page on the division, the hate, the chaos of Donald Trump, but also, and maybe even more fundamentally, do we have a president of the United States who stands behind the seal of the president of the United States, taking seriously their oath and their duty to uphold the Constitution of the United States and abide by the rule of law? And so I'm out here talking with folks
I hope to see
remind
you
them of
again.
what's at stake. And
Do
I'm
you
very
know what
pleased
you
and
want?
honored that so many people
I hope
are
to see you
showing
again.
up to these events to have this conversation because I think they know, regardless of who they voted for in the last election and the party with which they're registered to vote, on some issues we just have to all be Americans and put party aside.
We're going to call you.
Madam Vice President, do you think that Republican voters and specifically women voters will be more likely to vote for you because of the fall of Roe? And are the Republican voters key to including laws?
Need something big.
What happened in midterms and in special elections to guide my thinking about this issue. And what we saw is in so-called red states and so-called blue states, when the issue of the freedom of a woman to make decisions about her own body is on the ballot, the American people will vote for freedom, regardless of the party in which they're registered to vote. And I do believe it is such a fundamental issue, which is understanding you don't have to abandon your faith or deeply held beliefs to agree that government should not be telling women what to do with their body. So I do believe it is a compelling issue, especially when we consider the fact that for so many of us, our daughters have fewer rights than their grandmother. And America's strength, and one of the attributes of our progress has been the expansion of rights, not the restriction of rights. And that's what we're seeing happen, and it has happened because Donald Trump created this situation when he's hand-selected 3 members of the United States Supreme Court with the intention they would undo the protections of Roe versus Wade, and they did as they intended.
The time will not do that later.
I feel like that's you're concerned about that because law and this legal framework around elections. And secondly, a word investigation shows that like 300 cases of blood violence already implemented in the elections. Well, on the first point, I think people are looking into that. On the second point, I mean, I hear the folks are looking into it just based on the stuff you all are reporting. On the second point, there should be no place in America where we are saying political violence. And sadly, we have seen, if we just look back to January 6th, when that occurred in a way that was most shocking and brought on because, of course, of Donald Trump, who incited a mob, a violent mob, that attacked the United States Capitol, wherein over 140 uniformed law enforcement officers were injured and some were killed. And where Donald Trump has still yet to acknowledge the travesty of that day and the political violence that occurred that day. So I will say and repeat what I think most people understand. In America, in a democracy, we should have no room for, nor should we ever condone any form of political violence. In a democracy, people will debate, people will disagree, but not resort to violence. And everyone should speak out about this, including and especially anybody who's running for president of the United States. Thank you.
All right, so 15 days out from Election Day, and Kamala Harris taking some questions there, talking about the economy and among other things. She is going to be holding the second of 3 moderated events this hour. The former Republican Congresswoman Liz Cheney will be running for that as well. Jackie Hymer now, she is in Brookfield, Wisconsin for us, where the two will make their final stop tonight. What do we expect then? Hey, Sandra. Well, in each of the 3 counties where Vice President Harris is campaigning today, Nikki Haley beat Donald Trump for the Republican nomination. So Harris is getting an assist from former Republican Congresswoman Liz Cheney, branding Trump as a dangerous choice in 2024 and giving pro-life Republicans a permission slip to back Harris.
I think there are many of us around the country who have been pro-life, but who have watched what's going on in our states since Dobbs' decision. In places like Texas, for example, the Attorney General is talking about suing to get access to women's medical records. That's not sustainable for us.
Before she lost her seat in 2022, Cheney had an A rating from the Susan B. Anthony Pro-Life America organization. She also called Vice President Harris a radical liberal. And the campaign hopes that Cheney's conservative credentials will boost Harris's chances
especially with suburban women, as she competes for a tiny sliver of voters who might not have made up their minds or might sit out the election. Polls are showing a dead heat in 7 swing states, and in Wisconsin, voting's already underway. As of Friday, more than 300,000 ballots had already been cast here. But the Trump campaign was here yesterday with a pre-fuddle reminder that hatred for Trump is not a policy platform, branding Cheney's motivations as personal and not patriotic in nature.
Liz Cheney is motivated by an obsessive hatred of the people who cost her Wyoming congressional seat. She is not motivated by a love of this country. She's a resentful, petty, small person.
Republicans have dug in on their counter message that Harris's policies are radically liberal. Lindsey Graham sang up the rules the border czar, the last person in the room on the Afghanistan withdrawal, her tie-breaking vote on the Inflation Reduction Act, and the one-time support of Medicare for all. And Harris surrogates have struggled to articulate how she can be this new way forward that she's campaigning as without any policy distinctions of substance with Joe Biden. When pressed, all of these surrogates lead into the contrast with Trump, really showing that there is not a lot of distance between Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's policies, but they really want to zero in on the differences on the ticket that is up for voters to decide. Sandra.
All right, Jackie Heinrich with the very latest from there. Jackie, thank you. So who has the better strategy as we do enter the final stretch, and where are we in it? With us now, Wall Street Journal editor of What's Going On, and White House correspondent for the Hill, Alex Gambitano. Alex, I want to start with you first. So we're seeing this happen in real time. We just heard a little bit of Trump. We just heard a little bit of Harris. So who's embracing the better strategy 15 days to go?
Yeah, if you look at both of these strategies, we see Trump really leaning into if you don't think the economy is on the right track, if you don't think the Biden administration is doing enough for you and your family, then vote for me. Meanwhile, we see Harris focusing on trying to grow the coalition and won President Biden the White House in 2020, leaning really into these Republican voters on this blue wall swing with Congresswoman Cheney, but also I think from talking to the Harris campaign, they're really focused on undecided voters. They know in this 2-week stretch is when people who aren't interested in politics, haven't been tuning in, or truly are undecided at this point, regardless of how they voted last election. They want to try to get those people before election day. It's a challenge for either party to try to figure out how to get and appeal to those voters. We're seeing the polls neck and neck. It could come down to those voters.
Maintenance mode
So
engaged.
you've been watching these campaigns closely. What do each of them need to do in this final stretch?
Well, look, I think it's really interesting that last 2 weeks it comes down to really
I
the
saw
issues
this. I shall
that
beg you
began the
not to
campaign,
quote.
the issues that divide the economy, also abortion for the Democrats, and the same issues are pressing now. With every vote at play, the margin was so small in 2020. Every vote is at play, so we don't know who's going to succeed in getting those few thousand votes that could make a difference. But I think they're doing what they can with what they have. I think there's a sense that President Bush is on the rise a little bit, and Kamala Harris has stalled. She's clearly changed her policy from what it was, joy and unicorns and so forth, down to going on interviews and so forth. I don't know whether it'll be enough. I don't know whether she'll really be able to pull out those swing state voters. And I'm not sure Liz Cheney is a draw for her.
All right, well, as we know, 2 weeks is a long way to go in politics, so anything can happen. And with that amount of time, the Cook Political Report today, shifting the Pennsylvania Senate race from lean Democrat to toss-up, and also moving the Nebraska Senate race from likely Republican to lean GOP. Bill, what is your take about that Pennsylvania move? What does it mean for the overall race?
Well, I'm watching Pennsylvania every second for the slightest twitch. And it's another one that way it goes back to my sense that Donald Trump is gaining markedly, and Kamala Harris not so much losing, but stalled. And both of them, they're in the high 40s. No one's quite made it over 50. And,
New
they're
skill.
definitely
Congrats.
trying to find those on
Sure
side.
thing.
Look,
I'll
at this
tune up your
point, I'm
ornament.
mystified by the
That's a
outside.
single element
I think
slot.
at this point in the election, You don't know the difference
That's a
between
single
Donald
element slot.
Trump and Kamala Harris. I really wondered what you've been watching. Unless for you it's all just personality. It might be that, but I mean these are probably the lowest information voters, so they're also harder to reach.
I'm sure that probably resonates with a lot of folks at home who say, again, if you haven't seen the difference and embraced one side in this race, that could be something. Nebraska, Alex, we know this could become crucial in the outcome of this election. What is happening there with Jeff Fisher, the Republican, now in a fight with Dan Hunt? So where does this go?
Yeah, it is such a critical
Sharp skills
stake,
refreshed.
the one district
That's a
there,
single
and I
element.
think that
Huge
Jeff
skill.
Fisher
Congrats.
pulling ahead and running a pretty good Senate campaign. She is popular in the Senate as well. Is definitely good news for Republicans here. That would be a huge loss for Republicans if that were to split, but it's turning into for her to lose at this point. But it's definitely good news for Trump, as you know, people in Nebraska could just go straight up and down the ballot for Republican. Well, I do think that Nebraska flip, would be something that Senate Democrats would love to get. They do have their eyes on some other flips as well in order to hold on to the Senate. But it's definitely good news for Republicans with that coach.
Getting so close and so much to watch. Thank you so much, Alex, Bill. Thank you. And before, thank you. Before any president of the White House Biden caravan is reportedly looking to enter the southern border. What is being done about it? And how Representative Taxman's reportedly released. How did this happen? And how is it really reacting? It's Ambassador Sue Daniel is here. But first, Senate Democrats in tight races using an unlikely figure in their ads. And maybe not the reason you think. Let's think.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand.
Perfect.
I'm already working up a sweat.
Jesse brings you the big picture tonight. Insurance policy.
The program helped me a lot because I had other kids who were going through the same program. So I was able to relate and find somewhere where I could fit in. The XC support of United Way and able to achieve my dreams and become a doctor.
When it comes to drugs, complete to save you around other kids. I knew what Trump when I was younger. And that's my kids. Trump's worried. How can I feel free to talk about it with my kids?
Questions about drugs and kids? Call Clear Chat to get real-time support.
That's perfect idiot, aren't you? The answer is yes. Get you what we need. We are.
All right, that was just a few moments ago. From that for you, that is President Kamala Harris responding to a shouting question from a reporter. Did you work at McDonald's? As the record is challenged on that, she turned and looked at the reporter and the cameras and could see with your own eyes and said, I did. All right, so with 15 days to go until the election, it appears some swing state Democrats are looking for a Trump bump. Fox News says Hillary Bond is the best way. Hillary.
Sandra, desperate times, they call for desperate measures. And the election day is getting closer. Senate Democrats are holding on their own of Trump Harris. About their bipartisan MAGA moment, for years they've had different words to describe former President Trump. Casey once called Trump a threat to our national security. Brown has said Trump is angry and Baldwin called Trump dangerous. Trump's running mate, Senator J.D. Vance, is blasting his Democratic Senate colleagues for being two-faced.
They're not running ads about how much they agree with Kamala Harris. It's the Democratic candidates who are running ads about how much they agree with Donald Trump. Kamala Harris's policies just aren't popular, so people are trying to run away from it as much as they possibly can.
All three senators also voted to impeach Trump twice, but it seems that they think some parts of his presidency are worth bragging about. Sandra?
Thank you very much. Meanwhile, bipartisan House group holding the attempted assassination of Donald Trump. How quick it's finding on the Butler shooting? What are we learning? The chairman of the task force, Pennsylvania Republican Mike Kelly, is here. And the Pentagon investigating after a reported intel leak of Israel's attack plan. The Israeli ambassador to the UN, Danny Hanan, demanding answers, and he is coming up.
Any remedies you take for chest congestion only pass the symptoms.
Okay, guys, this meat just won't move out.
You're gonna love this property. I got congestion remedy? Marvelous.
Try this.
These next 12 hours treats the mucus that causes chest congestion for all day of the week. You said I did. You out. Don't pass the symptoms, treat the cause. If you're 50 or you could be taking advantage of everything AARP has to offer right now. Join AARP for $12 for 1 year, and your second membership is free. Get instant access to discounts on everyday purchases, eye care, prescriptions, and tools and tips to help manage your money and maximize your health. Plus, AARP fights to protect your Social Security, Medicare, and more. Join and get an insulated trunk organizer free. Plus AARP the magazine. Call or go to joinaarp.org. I'm Mike Huckabee here, and this election is going to have many of us up in numbers, me included. The very balance of our country is hanging by a thread. That's why I'm going to make sure I vote. I'm going to make sure I get a good night's sleep with relaxing sleep. America's #1 trusted sleep aid. I'm Dr. Eric Silverberg, founder founder of Relaxium, America's most trusted sleep aid. Just like you're seeing me on television now. I saw a commercial for Relaxium Sleep back then. I called, and the rest is history. When I take Relaxium Sleep, I sleep better than I have.
I wake up feeling like I've had the best night.
As a clinical neurologist, I know how essential sleep is for building and nourishing both your mental and physical health. Relaxium Sleep is made in the USA, has no risk of dependency, and is drug-free. It's also the only sleep aid with Valorest as part of its triple action formula. I developed Relaxium to help my patients fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up refreshed. Relaxium Sleep worked from the very first night I took it. You've got to try Relaxium Sleep for yourself. Because once you do, you'll be a customer for life, just like me. Right now, you can try it for free. For nearly 2 decades now, Relaxium Sleep has been changing millions of lives.
Take Relaxium Sleep.
I promise you it will work. If you're experiencing sleepless nights or tossing and turning, you need to try Relaxium Sleep now. I trust Relaxium Sleep, so should you. Get the best night of sleep guaranteed. Don't wait another minute. Might not be so confident that Relaxium Sleep will work for you. These experts give away another 1,000 bottles. Get your free bottle of Relaxium Sleep now.
Looking is always free, you know.
Former President Donald Trump considering another no-tax pitch, this time for our nation's heroes. But who pays for it? We are on it. Back in 50 seconds.
Memory and thinking issues keep piling up. It may seem like normal aging, but could be due to a buildup of amyloid plaques in the brain. The sooner you talk to your doctor, the more options you may have. Learn more at amyloid.com.
It won't be hard to find someone to fix this. But before I started Angie's List, different story. A lot has changed for us at Angie since then, but the issues facing homeowners are the same. And the solution too, still local pros. Get started at Angie.com.
Hi, I'm Jay Jackson. For almost 20 years, Abacus Life has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors. And in just seconds, you can use the free calculator at abacuspace.com to learn what your policy might be worth. For many of my clients, selling their life insurance to Abacus was right for them and their estate. Don't sell or lapse your policy without going to abacuspace.com first. There are no fees and no obligations. Get the real value for your life insurance when you need it, with Abacus.
A bipartisan House task force released interim report of the first assassination attempt against former President Trump, saying it was preventable and should not have happened. So what else are we learning? Let's ask Pennsylvania Republican and Chairman, Bipartisan Task Force Mike Kelly is here. Thank you very much, sir. What update can you give us? What did we learn?
Well, I think what we've done, Stan, we took the first part of the accusations about who wasn't ready to law enforcement not doing their job. Once we got through that, we found out the local law enforcement did exactly what they were asked to do. They weren't prepared. Christians at the right time. Nobody prepared on July 13th for what happened. There was no overall meeting between all those forces together. So everything you look at that day was
Why not take your flowers with you?
or how are we going to communicate, or the setting of everything that took place. And then that comes down to, well, why did you guys just communicate with each other? Well, we really didn't have the ability to do that day. And our phone, by the way, it wasn't line that day. And so,
Okay.
so the first question comes up is, well, usually you can prevent that by the proper preparation. How did you fail at every single step? It's a study. They were not ready that day for that issue. And when you look at it, you say, well, wait a minute. So who is in charge of this? And who has oversight? And the answer is the Secret Service. And the question is, well, where were they that day? And secondly, they apparently just were on the ball that day. They didn't do what they were supposed to do. They didn't set up a communication situation. Two different command posts. We're about the same capability to communicate with each other. Everything that could go wrong, Sandra, they should have been prepared for. The one thing that's consistent is that before 6 months, there was a suspicious person reported about for at least 45 minutes ahead of time. suspicious person. Wondering around, oh, you want to say, oh, wait, he has a range miner. Oh, wait, he lost sight of it. The question comes down, if you weren't sure it was the same area, why did you let former President Trump come out of that platform? Why not just say, you know what, sir, hold tight until we clear the area and make sure that we find out who the suspicious person is and where they're located? That would have kept everything from happening.
I can imagine this is very mind people that are listening to this update from you, sir. I'll ask you mine. Do you have any reason to believe, based on everything you just said, I think we should get this out of the way, that there was anything more than flaws or missteps? Was there anyone who just randomly just ignored the possibility that there was reason for concern?
Good. The reason for that, because the first thing we have is to make sure local law enforcement is exonerated information from all that day. And then the next thing you step into is so you have a lot of local law enforcement. Why didn't you get them ready? Why didn't you prep them? Why didn't you get to the positions they were supposed to get to? And why didn't you have a meeting that day with all members on July 13th? Because thinking of the before this happens, they make sure everybody's in the right place, doing the right thing at the right time, and the ability to talk with each other, to communicate with each other. That is unbelievable. That is so spectacularly wrong.
I think another good question people have, and they will continue to down the road, is accountability and lack thereof. And how to make sure this doesn't happen again. So we really appreciate the update. All right, and you might be that we're reportedly trying to make its way to our southern border, and the timing may not be a coincidence.
Oops.
When it's time for an update or a complete remodel, Rebath is with you every step of the way. From design and products to removal and installation, the entire process to create a beautiful, functional bathroom for whatever your life needs. Rebath, with you every step of the way. Call or visit rebath.com for your free in-home design consultation.
Alright.
It's an addiction.
Whether you're a professional driver or just a fan, vehicle breakdowns are costly. It started time.
Sort of making some really weird noises. The last thing I remember was just the engine cut out.
If your check engine light comes on tomorrow, the repair could easily cost thousands.
There's that transmission.
It's an exhaust leak.
Thanks, Con.
But with Endurance, you could never pay out of pocket for a costly repair
I'll treasure
again.
it.
$14,000 engine.
I have a seat sensor that went out $1,400. Endurance pays. Got a brand new transmission and never seen a repair bill. Use any certified mechanic you want. Just bring your car in and Endurance will get them direct. All major parts are covered.
What I like about Endurance, they don't play games, there's no middleman. They're a solid company.
If I didn't have Endurance, I would have paid over $7,000 out of pocket to repair my vehicle.
Something is going to break down. Make Endurance pay for it. With Endurance, your car repair costs go way down, while your car's life expectancy goes way up, allowing you to drive more and pay less. One claim alone saved me more than $4,000. I've had 5 claims, and that is $3,500 that I've kept in my pocket.
Who's paying for your next car repair? You or Endurance?
Whether you put 10,000 or 100,000 miles a year on your car, if it's less than 20 years old, Endurance has you covered with unlimited miles. Plus, your plan covers 24/7 roadside assistance anywhere in the country. Call right now to get $300 off any plan, plus a full year of our top-tier elite benefits, a $2,000 value free, and all Endurance plans come with a 30-day money-back guarantee. But you have to act now. Call 1-855-276-1563. That's 1-855-276-1563.
Some days you can feel like a spectator in your own life with chronic migraine. 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine before they start. And treatment is 4 times a year. In a survey, 91% of users wish they'd started sooner. So why wait? Talk to your doctor.
The effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
Chronic migraine may still keep you from being there. Why wait? Talk to your doctor about Botox and get in the picture. Learn how acting can help you save.
As we mentioned earlier, VP Kamala Harris holding a series of moderated discussions. Maria Shriver is the moderator. Who's here right now, screen left in Low, Michigan. Harris and Cheney will be heading to Wisconsin as per and Trump battle for the battleground says live right now. Whoa, Michigan. Okay, the U.S. presidential election is getting closer and closer, and so is a reported migrant caravan heading to the U.S. southern border. We are going to go now to Arizona Sheriff Mark Downs with the very latest on this. So, Mark, what can you tell us, Sheriff, about this migrant caravan and its intentions and timing?
Well, we're on the heel. First of all, just say thanks for having me, Sandra. But we're on the heels of a border that's been open for 3.5 years. There's been no security measures placed on this border, and this is a test. This is a test of time right now. Today's the season of elections. As this caravan comes forward, they're going to test it, and if there are certain categories of family units, immigrants, that are going to stay in this country. And no doubt about this, it's an opportunity for them. It's been an opportunity for the past 2.5 years. Here we come, and they're going to continue to come based on who gets elected. Like President Harris gets elected based on past policy. They continue to come. President Trump will work collectively, I think, to stop this.
Sheriff, I want to let our viewers know that we reached out to Customs and Border Patrol for its statement. It says it is unaware of this reported caravan. It's not aware of. It is aware of, right, your statement, this reported caravan, and did go on to say that, Sheriff, CBP will continue to monitor developments in coordination with our foreign and interagency counterparts as we have previous movements of migrants despite the prominent border encounters in recent months. Smugglers and bad actors continue to spread falsehoods and show complete disregard for the safety and well-being of vulnerable migrants. The fact remains the United States continues to enforce immigration law, and our borders are not open for those who have a legal basis to enter the country. So, Sheriff, hearing that news statement, what is your reaction to it?
That's a feel-good statement, Sandra. We know it is. That statement could have been stated 3.5 years ago, last year, irrelevant. It's the action that speaks louder than any statement you can put out. That statement's supposed to make us all feel good and really good and go back to our normal life. We know that's not happening on our border. We know that this border is in turmoil right now. We need somebody, especially in the White House, starts with you as Congress, 51%, to get together with your mayor, your sheriff, your governor, and let's fix this home, because they can't, because they can't.
What's at stake with this election, Sheriff? What is at stake with the upcoming election? 15 days to go to a presidential election here in the U.S.
But Senator, it really boils down to is if you want an open border and you've seen what's happened the last 3.5 years, Vice President Harris, your choice. If you want to secure the border, and President Trump was his report card when he was president, he's your choice. We have to decide, and I'll say this to all my fellow Americans, if we want to secure a country, we've got to secure our borders first. We have to have somebody, based on what I just said, to secure our country's borders.
Finally, Sheriff, we can't let this thing go. This has been happening for a long time. And we know there are gang members infiltrating cities coast to coast right now. We know there are a lot of migrants that have come in illegal that we have not kept track of and are not keeping track of. They are already here. So, what does the next few years look like? Even if there's a change in administration, what do you do about it? I don't know.
Well, this is
before the collective thoughts are with state, local, federal working together, because the tragedy we've seen for 3.5 years and what we're about to see, we haven't even seen the head of this problem yet. We look at the gangs, the drugs, the trafficking of children in our country. We're going to start seeing a real negative impact in every community in this country. We have to stand united on this. We have to secure this border. We have to work together.
And I think about the impact on education, impact on education, on just about every day what we're looking at the southern border all over the country. Sure, we always appreciate your time. Thank you very much. All right, from no tax on tips to no tax on Social Security, and now a new idea. No tax on our nation's police, firefighters, and military. It is something Trump says he would consider, but will it be hard to deliver? And how did the leak of Israel's attack plan on Iran come to be? The White House promising a serious investigation. Israel's ambassador to the UN, Danny Danon, is here with his reaction.
I still have a lot to learn, so don't be afraid to point anything out.
Life insurance is too important to put off another day. That's why SelectQuote makes getting coverage you need easy. Now get into a $2 million policy with no medical exam and same-day coverage.
Visit SelectQuote.com now.
This is our future, Mom. GoDaddy Arrow. Create the logo, website, even social in minutes. Wow.
Hey, I'm good. Who wants to come see the future?
Get your business online in minutes with GoDaddy Arrow. My hair is thinning all around my hairline.
If dermatologist recommended Nutrafol, it's 100% drug-free and clinically tested.
My hair is long, thicker.
Nutrafol is not changing.
Get growing at Nutrafol.com.
August here. That means if you don't have leaf filter, you're stuck dealing with leaves, debris, all kinds of things.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry to interrupt. I'll take Sparks from 318 down the street.
Hey, you did the homeowners last year. The Sparks family. We clean, seal, and install leaf filter. Yes, of course.
I love you, man. You make me feel so free.
Schedule a free inspection. Call 833-LEAF-FILTER today or visit leaffilter.com. Collect resorts to fear monitoring big time as the election draws near. Show breaks down the latest from the campaign trail on a must-see activity. Oh, this is like the look at the previous idea. I think it's not watching TV. All the fingertips, all for free.
Do you say something?
Candles Entertainment, all over for you. Download the freest TV app now.
Number one. There's a lot of elements this way. The reading of the story program as we work with our dogs by reading stories to them. The interaction with our therapy dogs that make a very big difference with day-to-day mental health. Thank you for your support. It allows our therapy dog program to seniors and people. What's the latest that you think?
He's gonna take Ron off school for
On the skate time period. Dude, is he serious? Guess they still don't think you're ready for this job. Maybe they don't respect you without cats on. They see just another ex-jock looking to cash in. They don't care who you are or what you did. So disrespectful, that's right. And disrespect is a gift. I know.
Okay, it's ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Former President Trump considering a new tax cut pitch. Right, Brady Trimble? What are we hearing?
The former president suggested, didn't outright military members, police officers, and firefighters. Now, this isn't an official Trump campaign policy proposal, but it does seem like an idea the former president would consider. Yeah, serving in this country, in the military, or a police officer, or a firefighter, maybe like you're young and you're coming up, and you don't have to pay taxes and it's almost a incentive to get people interested. In other countries do that. We should get younger countries do, of course, they don't. Spades. Something I would think about. Something that nobody ever brought up. I've never heard it. It's interesting. Something has to be done. If former President Trump were to actually follow through with this suggestion, it could impact around 20 million Americans. It would be huge. Trump has officially proposed making interest on car loans tax deductible, eliminating taxes on overtime and tips, as well as Social Security. On top of that, he wants to increase tariffs on imports and slash the corporate tax rate from 21% to 15% for companies that make their products in the U.S. Vice President Harris, on the other hand, wants to raise the corporate tax rate to 28%, but she's talked a lot about extending the child tax credit and giving first-time home buyers down payment assistance. She also took a page on Trump's playbook when she proposed no tax on tips. Taxes obviously front and center this election, and the reason for that, Sandra, is the tax cuts that former President Trump ushered in during his first term. Those are set to expire at the end of next year, so whoever wins the White House could have a lot of sway in this conversation. Sandra?
Great to see you. Thank you very much. So with these campaigns pushing different cuts, where is the money coming from to pay for? Well, that's for the reasons that we'll take forward for the Congressional Budget Office. Now, how happy are you that tax policy is now at the center of these campaigns? First up, what do you make of all
Well, it's kind of a mixed blessing, Sandra. I'm thrilled to talk about tax policy because we have some big issues on the table for next year, especially when Congress and the president will have to do something to avoid essentially a four-hour tax increase. Having said that, not all of the tax policies that have been floated are ideal, in my view. And I think while it's great to keep taxes low, what's missing from this conversation is first and foremost comparable cuts in spending. Because if we're going to spend the money after somehow, we've got big deficits. 1.8 trillion that Treasury told us on Friday for last year. So great, let's have reduce taxes, but let's talk about how we're going to cut the spending goes well and have them match up.
just a few moments ago.
I'm going to need your help if I want to become a real warrior one day.
Double down on this call to raise the federal minimum wage. She did not mirror the specifics, and nor have we heard her do so, but she appears to still be pushing for this. What's the stake of that?
That's a fascinating proposal, especially now. Raising the minimum wage is something that has a really strong track record of keeping some people from getting a job. Wages go up, employees have to pay. Raising the minimum wage doesn't mean there's money to pay them, so they're going to cut back on something, it's usually hiring. So who doesn't get hired? Usually the least skilled, least experienced workers. So this is something that hurts the ability of people to get
Here we go.
climb that job ladder. And it's at a time when the labor market's very tight to begin with, and we really don't need this. So it's not a policy that's ever had a good track record. It's baffling to do it now, but as you can see, she's picking her favorites, trying to place the labor crowd. And, there has to be some basic fairness in these policies. And I think that's a policy that is very discussed with fair and hurts the least skilled in the labor market.
Off we go.
I'm going to visit some friends while we're here.
Right? And you see those wages that go up.
Well, if it isn't fan.
Sometimes we see more of that. Doug, thank you. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
All right, an investigation underway after the failure to keep classified documents on Israel's attack plans under wraps. Reaction from the Israeli ambassador to the UN, Daily Dinan, will join us live next.
Bring rings to each wedding. FedEx presents Tall Tales of Truck Deliveries. Just another day on the job. We did this for money. See what we can do for your business. FedEx. My back got injured very bad. I was off work for about a year. I heard about a relief factor from my wife. I take it every day, 3 times a day, for 3 weeks.
Still, I'm glad to help. I still got to understand. It's gone. You too can feel better every day with Relief Factor, a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Call or go online now for our 3-week quick start, just $19.95. Switch to Shopify so you can build it better, scale it faster, and sell more. Much more.
I'll take your order.
Take your business to the next stage when you switch to
Leaving
Shopify.
already?
If you're shopping for a home, Realtor.com
Riverside is a popular spot for tourists.
directly from professionals. Meaning you can
There are
trust
warehouses
every
along the
home
river,
listing
too.
is a real
Take note of that,
Does
Newbie.
Moms do that? Not really. Trust the #1 app real estate professionals trust.
Riverside,
I am Tony Hawk, and like many of you, I take a
Captain's
step
Well,
to
this
this
stuff
Yes,
right here.
done.
Take as long as you need. I'll be waiting for you.
So my doctor recommended Qunol CoQ10. Qunol is the #1 cardiologist recommended form of CoQ10. Qunol, the brand I trust.
Parents and grandparents want a fun way to teach your kids all about gratitude on the first Thanksgiving? Order the Kids Guide to the Mayflower and the First Thanksgiving for free. Include a free magazine and free video lesson too. Visit freethanksgivinggift.com. That's freethanksgivinggift.com. Falls are the #1 cause of injury to senior citizens. Acorn Stairlifts has the solution. Just don't fall. Sit, relax, ride with an Acorn Stairlift, the world's leader in stairlifts. Don't let limited mobility keep you from going up and down your stairs, even outside. Call Acorn Stairlifts now for a free information kit and no obligation quote. Why risk falling when you can safely ride? The Acorn Stairlift has a padded seat and backrest. Safety sensors stop the chair if there are obstacles. The seat swivels and locks so you don't twist your body. The Acorn Stairlift pulls away and even runs during power outages.
We'll start with you.
Surprised at how good it is. Call 1-800-709-4205 right now for your free information kit or visit our website today. That's 1-800-709-4205.
These bills are crazy.
She has no idea she's sitting on a gold mine. She doesn't know that if she owns a life insurance policy of $100,000 or more, she can sell all or part of it to country for cash. Get a term policy. Get a term policy?
Find out if you're sitting on a gold mine. Call Publisher Direct today at 800-496-9200 or visit publisherdirect.com.
This is an election year unlike any other. America is ready.
So are we. Democracy 24. Your freedom. Your vote.
To the Middle East now, where Israel is continuing to strike targets in Lebanon, aimed at cutting off Hezbollah's finances. Greg Mason is in Haifa, Israel, and got the very latest from there for us. Hi, Trent.
Good afternoon. Overnight, Israel launched a series of strikes against banks linked to Hezbollah in Lebanon. Smoke could be seen rising from the Lebanese capital as the Israelis hammer the stronghold of Ghafiya. And at least one location near the airport. Now, in addition to the Lebanese capital, the Bekaa Valley also saw new strikes after a senior Israeli intelligence official briefed the media about efforts to weaken Hezbollah's ability to finance its war against Israel. On the ground, Israel is continuing to push deeper into Lebanon with new soldiers entering each day. Hezbollah is also continuing its attacks into northern Israel, firing hundreds of rockets over the border this weekend. With the northern front remaining active, the U.S. Special Envoy Amos Hochstein is in Beirut today for meetings about a path forward to end the war. Israel reportedly gave the U.S. a document last week with its demands for a ceasefire. Among the demands is that Israel wants to maintain an ability to conduct raids into Lebanon in what is being referred to as active enforcement of an agreement. Israel's southern front also remains active with new evacuations for Palestinian civilians taking place and active ground fighting between Israel and Hamas ongoing. This weekend, 3 Israeli soldiers were killed in Gaza, including an Israeli colonel who served as the commander of the 401st Brigade. Colonel Ehsan Gatsa is the highest Israeli officer killed on the ground since the invasion of Gaza began. And now tonight, Sandra, we do understand, according to reports, the Israelis have resumed strikes against the Lebanese capital of Beirut, looking to put new pressure on Hezbollah. Sandra?
I could keep you there for a minute. For us at this hour, we did hear from the White House earlier. There was the White House press here. Apparently, the president says he's deeply concerned by this possible leak of U.S. intel about Israel's plans. I imagine we'll probably learn a whole lot more about this investigation that earlier today was confirmed by the Speaker of the House is ongoing. But this could also take a while.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, this is incredibly concerning to the Israelis. And while both the Americans and the Israelis aren't trying to make too many public statements about what to expect with Israeli counterattacks against Iran, you look at the movement on the ground. U.S. troops here in Israel deploying the THAAD anti-ballistic missile system, possibly even more missile defense systems to help the Israelis shoot down what's expected to be an Iranian response to this counterattack following the ballistic missile attack earlier this month. And so Israel understands it has to prepare for this to unravel into a broader regional conflict, and the Americans are looking to send a message to the Iranian regime that they are backing the Israelis. But certainly these intelligence leaks are of concern to both Jerusalem and to Washington. Sandra.
Give us an idea of the timing of all of this. As we do know, we are 15 days out from a U.S. presidential election. We assume all of the Middle East is going to be watching this closely as to what happens next year and the messaging on the part of whoever wins that election.
Absolutely. And look, the Israelis are trying to not basically put out the information that we get from talking to defense officials at the Kiryat in Tel Aviv, Israel's version of
Excellent.
is that these strikes
Let's save it. Let's save it right here.
Security cabinet met in Tel Aviv. They were discussing possible responses to the Iranian
Okay.
missile attack. But at the same time, they're also
Excellent.
what they're going to do on the ground in Lebanon. You have Israeli forces operating along the border now in southern Lebanon. These strikes have resumed tonight, not just against the Dafya stronghold of southern Beirut, but also areas close.
That's excellent, guys. We'll see you on the next one. All right. Peace out. I normally try to keep them to between an hour and 2 hours.
Of course, overnight, the Israelis actually coming out and announcing before the strikes took place that they would be targeting financial institutions linked to Hezbollah. And this comes as the Israelis continue to face attacks not just